Alright, looks like we're on the outset of our trip to eventually Onekama, Michigan. We're leaving here Kent, Ohio in our brand new Chevy Bolt. This will be our first long trip where we will be charging en route. Let's see how it goes.
So right now we have a little bit less than 100% charge. The range says 291 miles.
Trip odometer says 174.7 miles. Average consumption was 4.2 miles per kilowatt hour. We ran with the air conditioning on at a cruise control speed most of the time of 66 miles an hour for this leg.
This machine takes a credit card. First of all, we have to plug it into our car before we actually engage it. So it says here we can receive session updates and receipt by text. So it can tell us what's going on while we go inside and have something to eat. So I'm going to put in my phone number here. There. All right, so we'll see you in a little bit after we spend a little time getting a bite to eat and see how much we were able to charge in this short period of time. So here we are, it's 1:08 p.m., so we've been here about 40 minutes, a little less than 40 minutes. We've got our car up to 74%. We could stay an extra 10 minutes and get it all the way up to 80, but we want to get on our way, so I am going to touch to return, and I'm going to hit stop. We've spent $13.76. And so Randy is going to stop, unplug the vehicle. And I just got a text with my receipt, so I'll be able to tell you how we did on this particular stop, and we'll give you an update on how many miles, how much it cost us to go so many miles, so you can sort of figure out if we were using gasoline what the comparison would be. By the way, we didn't say this earlier, but we're going on vacation, so there's 3 of us in the car, and we also have the back full of, pretty much full of gear and other sorts of things. So it's a pretty full load that we're using for this particular trip. All right, we'll see you on the next stop.
So here we are in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Our total trip was so far 285.4 miles. We're still averaging 4.2 miles per kilowatt hour, as you can see. We're going to charge overnight in my son's garage on the 110 charger. This will not add a lot of miles, but it's going to be nice just hanging out with my son. We'll charge up a quick charger tomorrow if we need to on our way to Manistee. On a Chevy Bolt, you have 2 options for 110 charging, either 8 kilowatts or 12 kilowatts. The default on the Bolt is 8 kilowatts, so I'll go into the energy settings and set that to 12, so we at least get a few more miles as we rest here overnight.
So we plugged into a 110 outlet around 6 o'clock last night, and it's 9 o'clock this morning. We are up to 169 miles of range. So we got up this morning and after our charging on a 110 volt, and we drove about an hour along a 2-lane highway going toward the Lake Michigan coast, and we're here in Holland, Michigan at Deneuve Chevy. and they have some charging stations that they use on their electric cars here. So as Chevy owners, they were happy to have us plug in for a little bit while we go snag some lunch. So here we are. Our total miles so far is 336, and our charge is at 125. So we're going to plug in, go have a little lunch just a couple doors down, and we'll be back on our way. So we just got back from a nice little breakfast a couple doors down, and we're coming back to see how much charge we've gotten. 53, okay, 53 minutes we've been charging, and so let's see how much that gained us. All right, we're at 190 mile range now. Looks like we're charging, it says 21 kilowatts. Does that sound right? 21 kilowatts is charging. So we're going to disconnect now. I'm going to go ahead and end the stop button. All right, you can see that the little yellow thing came on. We're no longer charging. We're just disconnecting the plug, and off we go on our way on our next leg of our journey. So we've made it up to Manistee, Michigan, and we found this charge point station at a gas station close to our destination. So we are going to see where we are and top off a little bit before we head to our vacation destination. So you can see we're at 65 miles left. We've got a total of 454 miles. Yep, we've got my charge point card. We're going to tap it on here. It's authorizing. All right, now we can plug in.
Plug in. We want to make sure we're pulling all the way next to it.
Oops.
All right.
All right, and it says it's in use. Looks like we've got 25% battery. It'll charge in 55 minutes. We're not going to use all that, but we will get a little bit of extra miles here. All right, so we've been here about 15 minutes. We got a snack, went to the bathroom. So we're at 54% of our battery. We added 63 miles, 457 for 20 kilowatts. I'm going to hit stop charging. Hopefully, there we go. And so we're done with that. Let's see how much mileage we gained. So it looks like we're up to 145 miles range. That'll be nice for us to do a little running around while we're here on vacation. So far we've gone 454.1 miles on our little trip here. So far we've used 4.2 miles per kilowatt hour. And yeah, off we go to the rest of our adventure. So here we are at our destination at Portage Point Inn in Onekama, Michigan. We went out to dinner and we came back, and we used a little bit of charge, but luckily
Outside of one of the outbuildings, there's a 110 receptacle. We'll plug in tonight. There's no need even to change the charge level. 8 amps will be fine. We'll be here for 5 days. Sort of charge at our leisure and keep the charge certainly within the range that we desire.
Well, we had the car plugged in overnight. We left it at 8 amps rather than 12 amps. And we got up to 155 miles, about 5/8 full. So this should help us as we run around today. All right, here we are at our wall charged spot at our vacation destination, which is Onekama, Michigan, Portage Point. We've had it charging overnight. It's not going to be completely to the top because we're leaving a little earlier than we were planning, but let's see where we are. There you go. We have 256 miles of range. It's about a little bit before 10 o'clock. If we waited till 12:30, it would be fully charged. So what I'm going to do, so that should get us to where we want to go. I will unplug the charger and unplug it from the wall outlet. See, just a regular 110 outlet here. I will wrap this up, and we have a couple of fast charge outlets mapped on our way home, so we'll see you at those. So we've been on the road for a couple of hours, going down Michigan 55 to Michigan 115, and we're now in Clare, Michigan. We're at a gas station just off the main highway, about, I don't know, half a mile maybe. We are down to 135 miles of range. And so we're going to get a coffee here. We'll probably be here, let's see, what time is it now? It is... It's 12:30. It's 12:30 exactly, so we'll be here maybe 10-15 minutes, we think. And we'll get a good quarter, maybe 3/8 worth of charge left, so we can get to our next destination. So we're our battery's at about 66%. We were charging at how much?
About 50.
We were charging at about 50, and I think once we got to the 3/4 mark or half mark, it slowed down to 32. Not quite sure what's happening here, but
It's a safety feature for the battery.
is it? Okay. Well, I just, the woman who was parked next door said she got texts that it reduced down, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Anyway, it's we've got enough now to get us down, kind of topped it off a little bit to get down the road. We'll find another charging station, a couple more on our way back, and just add a little bit as we go. But rather than sit here for longer than we just, we grabbed a cup of coffee and we went to the bathroom, and we've added about 38 miles in the time that we've been here, which is...
It says 38 miles. That's probably a bit of an underestimate. It says we've added 12 kilowatt hours. We've been averaging well over 4 kilowatt or miles per kilowatt hour, so it's more likely we've added 50 miles of range.
All right.
That was the machine's estimate. I don't think it was accurate.
Okay.
We've added 12 kilowatt hours.
Okay.
That's 50 miles. Yeah.
And we've been here a little over 15 minutes, so we'll see you at the next stop. Well, we've gone a few more miles down the road. We have a destination down in Dundee, and we're a little bit shy of how much juice we need to get there. So we stopped at a car dealer in Lansing, just a couple minutes off the highway, where they have a fast charger set up. So we're going to plug in, just give ourselves a little bit of juice and be on our way. Well, it looks like this fast charger isn't charging quite as fast as we needed to, so we're just going to go on down the road. We've topped up. We're at 106 right now, and we're so we gained 10-15 miles. Then we'll go on to the next spot. So we took a little slight detour to get to a charge point station. We're at 81 miles, and we've got our little charge card again.
One of the lessons that we've now learned is that not all fast chargers are capable of charging at 50. The last one was only charging at 17 kilowatts, which slowed us down considerably. So in the future we will make sure that places we stop charge at 50 minimum. Most of them are going up now up to at least 250. That was surprising that was charging at 17.
So we've been here plugged in 32 minutes. We're up to 70% battery being full. I'll take a little screenshot of my app here. We've spent $14.43, and it says that we've added 181 estimated miles of range, so we should be good to go until our next stop. So we took the expressway the whole way from where we were up in Perry, Michigan, straight here to mile marker 70 or so on the Ohio Turnpike. We're down to about 1/4 of a tank, or however you might call that. And we're here again at an Electrify America charger. This one we pay by credit card. Randy's getting things up and running. And we don't need a whole lot of charge to get ourselves home, so we're just going to go in and stretch our legs a little bit, use the restroom, maybe grab a little snack, and we'll be back to tell you how long it took and how much charge we got. So we've been here for 25 minutes. We had how many kilowatt hours? 22 kilowatt hours. Our range is up to 159 miles, or 160 now, so we're going to stop and get on our way and get the rest of the way home.